Miracles. Sometimes they happen in totally unexpected places and at totally unexpected times. For example, you may have just arrived at a nice, secluded beach and suddenly the sand beneath your feet becomes a real bottomless swamp. Or you may find yourself in the mountains with a river flowing upstream. What in the world does that mean? Have we lost our mind? Hello everybody. Of course not. This is simply an amazing natural phenomenon that occurs when the Earth decides to shake up and tease our common sense. So, welcome to this channel, a treasure trove of amazing and interesting facts. Today, we are going to introduce you to some of those unusual phenomena on the planet. Have we piqued your interest? Let's get started. Number 1. Sinkholes. Doline sinkhole. Please be careful when you shout in your mind, "If there is a hole, I want to get in it." Your wish may really come true. It is possible for a house, car, or person to fall deep into the ground in broad daylight. Perhaps some of you have seen this in a video or photo. These holes are called sinkholes. They occur when groundwater erodes soluble rocks such as limestone. Eventually, the upper layer of rock, the ceiling covering the hole, thins and collapses under its own weight. This is a very common natural phenomenon that has been occurring on Earth for millions of years. Many lakes were created through this very process and have continued to do so to this day. Humans, however, have also played a role in the formation of these sinkholes through their own shallow actions, such as scraping off the top of the strata and spraying large amounts of water on fields to filter it through the soil. Number 2. Breathing Earth. The internet is truly a wonderful thing. Because of the age of the internet, the existence of several rare natural phenomena, which until now have been hidden from detection by scientists, have been proven. One such phenomenon is the Earth breathes. Although it had long been rumoured around the world, many were skeptical as to whether it actually existed. This all changed when videos of this rather eerie phenomenon began to appear on social networking sites. Anyway, take a look at this video. What do you all think is happening? Why is the ground suddenly rising and falling? Is there a monster sleeping under it, soon to wake up and go destroy a nearby town like the real Godzilla? Of course, there is no such monster. The mechanism of the breathing Earth is much simpler and more trivial. When trees with their roots widely spread throughout the Earth are violently shaken by strong winds, the ground at the base of the trees moves with them. Number 3. Reversing rivers. There is a legend in Northern Europe that has been passed down across national borders. Although there are differences from country to country, the main part of the story is common. First, a good man is accused of a crime by some mean people. After receiving a divine revelation, the protagonist claims that he can prove his innocence by performing a miracle. He says that if they throw them into the river will throw them back, and then he will be innocent. You all know what happens next, don't you? The accusers agree and throw the protagonist into the water. Then the river really started flowing from downstream to upstream. Human innocence can be proven in such exotic ways. 18th century scientists were skeptical of this kind of legend, equating it with other fictions of the Middle Ages and dismissing it. Nevertheless, we cannot strongly blame them. At that time, empirical observation was still difficult, and they did not even believe in the existence of meteorites. In fact, rivers often flow backwards. This amazing phenomenon can be seen in cold regions with flat terrain and many rivers and lakes such as Finland, Estonia, northwestern Russia, and Canada. It occurs during the early spring thaw season. A block of ice completely blocks the mouths of small rivers, causing the meltwater to lose its way and return to the lakes that are the source of the water. River backwaters can also be caused by strong tidal currents, such as those at the mouths of the Amazon. In Cambodia, these phenomena occur regularly. Every year during the rainy season, the Mekong River flows back into the Tonle Sap Lake. The locals also hold a national festival called the Water Festival to coincide with this change in the river's flow. Number 4. Gravity anomalies. Usually, the Earth's gravitational field is a spatial region that has the same homogeneous structure as the rest of the planet, where everything is attracted to the Earth and eventually falls or begins to rotate in its orbit. That sounds exactly right, doesn't it? In fact, however, it is not. The Earth's gravitational field is not uniform, and in some places, the gravity is stronger than in neighbouring regions. But just because you go there, you don't feel any physical load, and of course, there is no such thing as an object falling upward. This is because the difference in gravity is very small. Nevertheless, the difference certainly exists and can affect space stations and spacecraft. Gravity anomalies typically occur in areas of the Earth's crust where there are large deposits of dense rock, such as granite and iron ore. In this case, the magnetic field is also anomalous, and the magnetic compass is naturally distorted. Number 5. Quicksand. You can see very interesting phenomenon that occurs in environments where the soil contains a lot of water, such as around areas where there is a lot of water or underground water springs. Since the sand grains are surrounded by water, they are hardly connected to each other. So they behave like a liquid while at the same time being a solid. As we say, quicksand. Quicksand behaves as a solid according to the laws of solid-state physics as long as it is not actually touched. But if you take even one step into it, the viscosity drops drastically and you are on your way. You are completely stuck in the swamp-like sand and it takes tremendous effort to get out. This is exactly the kind of sand that we mentioned at the beginning of the video, the sand that holds the dangers on the beach. Thankfully, however, quicksand is still not a swamp, so you will not drown. If you do get stuck, it will be up to your knees at most. However, if you are in the sand all the time in the sun, with no way to get out, and you become easy prey for the beast, I really shudder to think of it that way. Also, if you drive a car, you must be especially careful. Not to mention the weight of the car. If you speed and jump into the marsh, you could end up with your roof buried in the sand as well. Number 6. Frozen methane bubbles. A few years ago, a picture of Lake Abraham in Canada circulated on the internet. There are pictures of frozen water there, but there is something strange about it. We can see strange bright patterns in the ice. They look like pieces of snow, but also look like giant jellyfish or clouds. In short, anything is possible, depending on the viewer's imagination. This remarkable phenomenon has occurred every year since then. Canada is not the only country where such reports have been made. Similar phenomena are also known in China, Scandinavia, and Alaska. However, little was previously known about it, and scientists were initially puzzled by this mysterious freezing of water. However, the mechanism was revealed quite early on. It was the methane gas bubble that created the spectacular scenery. The bubbles are created when plants at the bottom of the lake freeze and decompose. Because the severe cold freezes the water at breakneck speed, the methane, instead of reaching the surface and being released into the air or dissolved into the water, freezes in the form of bubbles. An amazing spectacle that would not be possible in everyday life. That's all for the rankings we will present today. Thank you all for watching. How did you enjoy this story of incredible natural phenomena? I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Please don't forget to like our video if you like it. Please share it with your friends on social networking sites. With that, we bid you a fond farewell. See you next time. Bye!